Every month we catch up with the wonderful team from SJ Canny Accountants. They are fabulous accountants who seem to be able to navigate a whole range of issues for people in business and people in general. And good morning, Mandy Wilkens from SJ Canny.
Good morning, Roxie.
Now, you guys do really look at, particularly business, you look at it very holistically. And I think what we're going to talk about today is a really important part of it that you don't necessarily associate with your accountant, though.
That's quite right. And look, we spend the majority of our time helping people with their accounting, their business growth, etc., small business. But a really important thing that we often put off or leave till the last minute or leave until it's too late is thinking about our succession plan and planning for our estate. So lots of people work very hard during their lifetime, particularly people in small business who develop a wonderful nest egg and a fantastic legacy. But they also need to give some consideration to what will happen when I pass on. Do I leave should I sell my business? Do I leave my business or my shareholding to someone in the family or to an external party? And I am continually amazed at how many people either don't have a will or don't have an updated will. So they might have got one when they got married, perhaps, which could be 30 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. It is I'd say it's actually a chronic problem. I know a lot of people like that. And look, I have to admit that whilst I've got a will, I have got a will, and it was updated a few years ago. There's a lot's changed in the last couple of years. So there are things that just aren't being taken into consideration.
That's exactly right. And things change, and lots of people think, oh, well, look, I wouldn't have anything to leave, but everyone has something.
Yes, you'd be surprised. Well, superannuation.
That's exactly right. And if you haven't already predetermined who you're going to leave your superannuation to, for example, and things change. You might remarry someone, you might not marry at all, you might have had children,
Absolutely.
grandchildren.
Yep.
Just perhaps your spouse has passed on as well. So there's all sorts of things that change, and you do gather assets and things of note as you go through your life.
Is there a way that, I know that you're not a lawyer, but is there a way that from an accounting perspective, I guess, that you can get a handle in your head about what you own and what you actually have?
Look, there certainly is. For many clients, we keep an asset register, and that might be just the assets that are particular to their business, but we can extend that to a personal asset register for, perhaps shareholdings, insurance policies, all of that,
Houses,
that sort of thing.
Sort of bits and pieces.
Yes,
yeah.
And we're finding more so now that we're into a third generation of clients in our business that, they will come to us and say, look, Mum and Dad, we know that, you had a long-time relationship with them. Can you help us find this information? Do you know what it's about? And so we're very careful to make sure that we always have a permanent copy and an electronic copy of really relevant data that they will need.
Yeah.
So I'm really strongly urging people to give it some thought. Don't rush out and get a will done without giving it any thought. Come in and have a talk to us, and to make sure that we can provide as much information and that we can get as much information from people as need be.
It's probably almost as important for you in a way, because at the end of somebody's life, often that whole accounting side of it, particularly if they've been in business, that's the biggest area that needs to be dealt with.
That's right, and it helps us prepare the families and will help us in decision making. Which direction are we going? What's the goal at the end? And look, you just again, I'm not a lawyer, but you just do not want to die without a will, because then you're out of control in terms of your wishes are not necessarily looked at.
Yeah, absolutely. So look, there you go, some really good advice, something to think about. Thank you very much, Mandy. We're not going to look at this morbidly. We're going to look at this as being proactive and being able to rest easy that we know everything's going to be taken care of the way that we want it to.
That's right. And at the beginning of November, we've got a new team member joining our team that will be able to help you exactly in this position, make sure that your will and all of your estate planning is up to date.
Fantastic. Well, SJ Canny have got it covered for you. If you want to get in touch with them, jump on their website, which is sjcanny.com.au. Very easy, and find out all the information that you can there. But from go to woe, you guys will look after anybody.
We certainly will.
Fantastic. Thanks, Mandy.
Thanks, Roxie.